Hey, how are you? How's everything
Hello.
going?
I'm well, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing great. So just want you to give a quick introduction of yourself. So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is John, and I'm based in Manchester in the UK, in United Kingdom.
Uh-huh.
Since I've been taking your training around like several months ago, my life has like changed, like financially, and it's been one of the best decisions that I've ever made.
That's awesome to hear. This business definitely changes lives. Also, John, I love that you're doing this in England. Like, so many people don't realize you can actually run a DNA testing business almost anywhere in the world. The labs we partner with work internationally, and as long as you follow local regulations, you can build and scale this business in the UK, Canada, Spain, and many other countries. This is not just a US thing. The demand for DNA testing is global. People everywhere are looking for answers around paternity, immigration, and family connections. So I want to ask you, what were you doing before you enrolled in my training?
So before your training, I was working in an IT fintech company. I was earning around roughly £52,000 a year, which looked great on paper, but it was a bit brutal. I loved my job at first, but over time I felt a bit burned out, overworked, living under pressure, a layoff announcement every few months. When the company downsized, my entire team was cut off. That moment really hit me, and I realized I had a fragile job security in like tech. So I noticed that like we're easily replaceable, right? So it
Hmm.
doesn't really matter if you're like capacitated or skilled.
Right.
I knew I needed to build something of my own, but I didn't want that get rich quick kind of like side hustle, drop shipping, or affiliate market. I wanted like a
Hmm.
real business model, something recession proof, low overhead, and scalable. And eventually I came across one of your videos. I ended up binge watching of your videos. And I thought to myself, that's kind of what I need to be doing.
Wow. Yeah, your story is a perfect example of what happens when someone decides to stop relying on job security and start building something of their own. The transition you made from being burnt out in IT to earning that much money a month with your DNA testing business is nothing short of inspiring, like, honestly. So, how are you doing now after being in the program?
Honestly, it's been life changing. Within like a couple of months, my business was already like fully operational. And within by like the fourth month, I was averaging around like 4,000, 5,000 pounds profit a month. Now,
Mhm.
within like the 7 months, my DNA testing business is bringing up to 8 to 10,000 pounds consistently. So that's like a
Wow.
big jump from like an like unstable salary to something that is like more secure.
See, you're proof that you don't need a medical background or a science background or anything like that to succeed in this industry. You just need the right systems, guidance, and accountability. Um, so what was your experience working your way through the program?
The experience is actually very clear. It's more step by step and very supportive. I really liked how you like broke down every phase, and from the legal setup and policies and procedures to the marketing systems and automation. It didn't feel overwhelming because everything was organized and actionable. Even for someone like me who had no medical background, it was clear and very secure.
That's great to hear. I try to make things as concise and easy to understand as possible because, I want everybody to win and succeed in this business. This is a multi-billion dollar industry and it has helped not only myself, but so many other people achieve a life of freedom, independence, and being able to do the things that they want to do in life and, help their family and just grow. as individuals. So I wanted to ask you, how have I helped in terms of starting your DNA business in particular?
Well, you've helped me, first of all, like set up properly, founded trusted labs, partners, and set up booking and client intake systems that makes the business run smoother. And even when I'm not available, the sales and the partnership scripts were a game changer as well, really easy to deal with. How I landed my first attorney partnership, which sends me regular clients every month. It's always like spinning and always has return.
Yeah, I remember when you first joined, you were focused, motivated, and committed. You didn't skip steps, you implemented everything, and now you've built a real asset that pays you consistently. And that's exactly what, my training is all about. Freedom through structure and strategy. So, what are the main things that stuck out to you from the work that we did?
So what stuck out to me was, first of all, mainly your mentorship. You didn't just teach and coach, you held accountable. So like everything was like explained really in small details and were very direct. So for us, that language is like really good for comprehending. And also the templates that you put out from like the contracts that you lead through funnels saves me lots of months of like trials or like small errors that you usually have when you're just starting.
Right. Yeah. I'll say this, you worked hard, you stayed consistent, and you trusted the process. That's why it worked. You didn't just take the training, you implemented everything from the automation and legal setup to your first partnership. You
Yeah.
really built a business that runs on its own. What challenges did you run into starting your DNA testing business, and how did you overcome them?
It was more like personal to have to deal with. So like my biggest challenge was first like the self-doubt and feeling
Mhm.
unsure about taking to the clients in such a sensitive manner as DNA testing. But through the training and weekly coaching, I gained confidence and knowledge and everything I needed. I was really capacitated.
Well, I love what you said about self-doubt. Everyone feels that in the beginning. The difference is you pushed through it and you took action anyway. And now look where you are. Like everybody, doesn't matter who it is, they're always gonna feel like, hey, maybe I shouldn't say this, or maybe I shouldn't say that, or they might get anxiety or any of those kind of things. But that's the importance of having somebody to back you. That's the importance of having a mentor to help you with those things because it's not a one size fits all. Like when I work with people, I'm working with people who are at various different levels, but different strengths and weaknesses. And that's what I always aim to do to make sure that they are able to take on and handle any challenge or anything in this industry. So, um, what was the biggest takeaway as a whole in the last 7 months of running your DNA testing business?
Mainly that you don't like necessarily need like a medical background to build a
Mhm.
profitable DNA testing business. So just the right system, mentorship, consistency. I learned that the structure and automation equal freedom as well, and that the DNA industry is incredibly lucrative. And if you know how to position your services properly, you always have like recommendation, and it's ongoing. It doesn't stop.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing about this business. It's a business that you can really scale to some massive heights, and it's a business that definitely is life changing. A lot of people don't know about it, but that's one of the good things about it. This is not a saturated business at all, and it's changed so many lives. Like I said before, it's a business that you can do so many different places, and it's such a growing demand for it. Every year, honestly, demand grows. larger and larger for DNA testing. So, what advice would you give to somebody just starting out their DNA testing business today?
Um, Personally, before you start your DNA testing business, you do it before you feel ready. I feel like we're always going to be insecure, regardless of like what market, what industry we enter into.
Right.
And I feel like following your race system, which is your system, exactly as it's laid out, it's very, very structured. You don't skip steps, be consistent, especially in outreach and marketing, and don't be afraid to ask questions. We're still learning. And your system, race system, gives you everything that like we need. And you just have to execute and always like believe in yourself.
Yeah. I mean, this is exactly why I created my system to help people like you take control of their time, their income, and their freedom, because so many people are stuck at these soul sucking 9 to 5s and they know they have more potential. They know that they can achieve so much more, but again, they're stuck and they don't know what direction to go into in order to get out of that and live the life that they want. Um, I just want to ask, is there any final things you'd like to say?
In general, to me, this program gave me a lot of freedom, like you said, and time and the confidence. I now work on my like own terms. I have the like more now structure, not the structure, but like conditioned to help more like families get answers and people around me as well always like there's always like it's something that like we never imagine how much this is something like every day like people that we wouldn't know need it and it's something that we can always recommendate. I work on my own terms. I'm also building something that has replaced my corporate income completely. I work from
Mhm.
home. If you're like sitting on your fence, you can do it. It's like one of the best decisions I've made in my life. It's like something that it gives me security at the end of the day, always. Like it's something that like I like doing and I enjoy it and it brings like great return as well. So it's always like everything always like, it's it's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I understand. I'm truly proud of you, John. This is what building a life of freedom looks like. And just keep going. This is just the beginning.
Thank you, Ray. And I'm so glad that you've came into like I found you out of nowhere and everything worked out. Sometimes it feels a bit unserious. It's hard to
Yeah,
like, especially from a different city, but like the whole it's structured for that. It's like there's
yeah.
no hustle. It's everything's just like it's like sorted.
You're welcome. I thank you for your time and, for sharing your experience. And I'll message you pretty soon. And like you already know, anything that's new in the DNA testing industry, I'm always going to keep you up to date on because, things change like rapidly sometimes. And that's the nature of this business. So I appreciate you. Again, thank you for your time and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you too.
All right. Have a good one.
Take care. Bye bye.